MIL-SPEC Monkey here, back here. 2010 SHOT Show, Magpul Dynamics. We got the new hotness. Let's break it down. Let's do this. What's new? What's new?
All right. Well, one of the things this year that we're kind of showing and explaining a little bit more in depth is the theory-based products. You know, one of the great things is obviously you got Magpul makes superior products for the firearm. We're obviously on the training side of the house, so we're always out there. We're teaching people, we're running guns, we're putting a lot of rounds down range, and you know, little things change. Technique changes, the way we shoot guns changes, everything evolves because we're never absolute. So one of the things that we came up with this year was a angled Fore Grip. I think a lot of guys just figured that right out of the hat we were just going to do a vertical grip, and we have a certain way, but I think what's really kind of shocked a lot of people is the angled Fore Grip.
Well, like Chris was saying, that synergy that we have between Magpul Dynamics and Magpul, the engineers, what we try to do is bring the human element into the testing, into the design, and we find requirements out there. That's what's great about us, because we're out on the road constantly with the end users, and we're finding those requirements, and we take them back to the engineers, and we sit down and we fine tune it from conception all the way to production, and it comes out with a phenomenal product, which you know, we pride ourselves on having, because I know in this industry it's tough to have both of those elements, so we get to have that.
Highly agree. So perhaps in this one, for an example, did you have a certain grip that you guys started to really form into, and then went back to the engineers and be like, hey, you know, this is the grip I want, make it for the gun?
That's exactly it, and that's where the theory-based products really come into play here, because the biggest thing about this is you have to understand the theory behind it. If you do, and if you agree with it and understand that, then from there, you'll realize the potential of what this thing can do and what you can do with it. It, like Travis said a second ago, it works the human factor. That's what we care about. We care about the end user, the operator.
Well, this is a theory-based product, and to give you a definition of a theory-based, or an example, like everybody knows that the PMAG's been revolutionary in the way it feeds ammo into a gun, right? Well, that's exactly what that does. That increases their performance and the efficiency of the weapon system. Our theory-based products like the AFG, the bad lever, the MS2 and the ASAP plate, all those theory-based, that actually increases the performance of the operator. Okay, so by me putting a bad lever or this on the gun does not make the gun better, it makes me better. Okay, it makes the shooter better. So that's what we took in consideration with the AFG, is the design of the Sopmod vertical Fore Grip. The design said reach up and grab it, it's a stick. But you have all this mass on top of your hand. Okay, so that's the problem number one right there. So if I need to do point control, from here I have control of the mass, down here all the mass is on top of my hand, so I have mechanical oversway. We don't want that. So what we've started to do is do a compromise grip, which you see a lot of shooters doing nowadays, is they'll break their thumb off the left side or the reaction side if I'm right-handed, and a Fore Grip, but now you get this like 90-degree corner here that kind of sucks.
Where the fingers start to bind, and it's just not, there's no good ergonomics
So
there.
It only makes sense to combine all that, and to combine the way we shoot into a grip that makes you maximize the control of the weapon system. It makes you have a high center line of bore, so it's a point control weapon, so I can drive quicker instead of having muzzle sway. And so basically it increases the survivability rate of the shooter.
And that's what's most important to us. Obviously it's extremely important to Magpul, that's why they make other products that help the gun run better. Our worry is that individual operator in a time of life situation, when rounds are coming down range and they got to put somebody down, the bad lever, you know, if a 1/10 of a second is what you need to, you know, allow that shooter to get more rounds on target, then great. Those are all there too, and those are all specifically designed with that human factor, with the shooter in mind. Because that's all I care about. I care about that guy on the ground whose ass is on the line at that very moment in time. Because when things go wrong, they go wrong fast. So we want to give them a little bit of what we call now an unfair advantage.
Yeah, every little fraction of a second counts, and each of the little pieces start to add up eventually.
It does. All right, we'll show you some other products.
Cool.
Let's take
on to the next.
Let's take it.